tick. I'm presidential leaving the club. We ain't stopping at no light.
It's week 10 of the 2030 season, and our focus is on the Lions' sure-handed tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Lions and the Bears. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Vaughn. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Vaughn. That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact and he'll go deep.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, Talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Williams being motioned left. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To the air again, Goff. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Goff. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Vaughn. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, Vaughn. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And this one's incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Here's Goff. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another fourth down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 8. That's pulled in by Brooks. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Four yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Vaughn. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Isaiah Foskey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
This is taken at the 23. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Goff now to throw. Flush to his right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Onto the field now come the Bears. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Vaughn. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
Back to throw. Vaughn. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Rice. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. And he's got a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here's Goff. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Murphy now to return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bears take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here come the Lions now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. To throw is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Goff. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Murphy. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw.
Vaughn, he'll get this into the hands of Odunze.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And that is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Lions now taking over late in this 1st half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Goff now looking to throw. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
As the 1st half is winding down.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start with two teams that have shared quarterbacks in the past. Steve DeBerg, Joe Montana, Alex Smith, but no more. San Francisco at Kansas City. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. A.J. Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Eagles seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium, see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Giants trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bears offense and Rome Odunze set to take over once more. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of the season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Throwing to start the drive. Vaughn, he finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down, and Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
On second down, here's the option.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the gun on third down, Vaughn trotting. He's got the first down and then some. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot in the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Gone.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams who's shaken up.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A gain of 7, and the Lions 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Goff now looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
Goff throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Running the toss to Brooks here.
Powerful running. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Off the play fake. Vaughn. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Back to throw. Vaughn.
A pass complete to Odunze.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Looking to throw. Vaughn working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the gun on 3rd down. Vaughn, he's got the connection to Moore. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
This to swell the lead to 6.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Goff. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Battled by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes the receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as the receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Josh Wiley.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Back to throw. Vaughn.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at third and a few inches. Off play action. Vaughn.
That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now it's Goff.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
To the air again. Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll go down at the 28. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Down at the 25.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And they take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
They'll run right here with Brooks.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Goff now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
A 27-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
This is 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Lions, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.